This is Baby Audio's tape. What's that? This is Baby Audio tape. What the is that? Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, oh, wow, another tape plugin. I really need another tape plugin. I already have 57 tape plugins. Why would I possibly ever need another one? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But tape from Baby Audio is different from most other tape plugins out there. So instead of being based off of DSP modeling, where they're sort of modeling the hardware, instead they're using an AI process, artificial intelligence. You can tell from the actual name, TAIP. So they used artificial intelligence to analyze the difference between dry tracks and tracks that have been run through tape machines. So the result you get from this tape plugin might be different, might be better than what you get from your standard tape plugin. Of course, the good thing about the Baby Audio plugins is you can just demo them. And if you like it, then you can go ahead and pick it up. If you don't like it, then don't pick it up. But that being said, let's head in here and check out the interface and check out how this works and how it sounds. We have tape bypass right now. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And instantly we get some of that analog flavor, that tape flavor, just warming up this track a little bit, adding some of that harmonic distortion with our drive. And that's really what tape is used for, also for reducing that dynamic range. Again, giving you some of that analog goodness. Just by recording to tape, you can reduce your overall dynamic range. And that adds a bit of glue, a bit of a natural compression. And it can also add some color, especially with this drive. So again, that harmonic distortion that really sounds very pleasing and natural and organic to human ears. So overall, this plugin is pretty simple to figure out. Just start moving some parameters around and get the sound that you want. There's also a bunch of presets in here that you should check out, or of course, save your own presets right there. If you mess something up, right, you're adjusting everything, sounds awful, you can hit reset right there. You can also resize the interface just by dragging there, and you can change the color of the background right there. Pretty simple stuff, right? So let's check out our drive, our output, and the drive auto gain right here. So if I want to overdrive this, add some more saturation, harmonic distortion, as long as I have this auto gain on, it will adjust the overall level automatically for me. Now, if I don't have this turned on, you're going to hear what happens. If I turn up the drive, right, it's going to get much louder. So you can compensate for that automatically if you want, or you can just have that auto gain turned on. And of course, use that drive to add some color, add some warmth, add some of that analog feel, add some harmonic distortion, add it to just a snare to make it pop out, add it to a synth, to a bass, add it to vocals. Tape works really good on vocals, especially like screaming vocals. If you overdrive a screaming metal vocal with tape, you can get that very classic sound that maybe you hear with Marilyn Manson or Deftones and things like that. Then you have your mix. And the thing with mix is if you have this wear turned up, then you're going to get a tape flanging effect. Again, as long as it's not on 100. So we can get some authentic tape flanging here. And of course, wear simulates the wow and flutter, and of course the age of an older tape machine. You can really hear that flanging here. Then you have noise. Pretty simple to figure out, right? This noise. Okay. Pulling some noise. You can adjust these things, by the way, by clicking and dragging, or just use your mouse scroll wheel if you prefer. Double click sets these things to their default. So if it's way up here, you can double click, set that to the default. And then the glue control lets you really over exaggerate that glue effect that tape has. It's one of the reasons why tape sounds the way it does. One of the reasons why people like the sound of tape is because it does have that lower dynamic range and a very natural sort of compression-like character to it. So you can over exaggerate that if you want. You can definitely hear that, right? Right, just kind of Natural compression makes everything kind of stick out a bit more. Then you have your input. Pretty simple stuff here, guys. Very easy plugin to use. Like basically like all of the Baby Audio plugins. They always do a really good job of doing, complex things in a very easy way. So your normal input, or you can make it a hot input, which of course is going to distort more. You can already hear that. Then you have your model, the single or the dual. And essentially what that does is your single is just your standard tape machine. If you want to do a dual, then it's like two of them in series with drive applied 50% on each of them. The manual will tell you that this can give you a bit of a weightier sound. It's sort of a slight difference here. This is bypassed right now. Some cinematic style drums. Pop this on. Warms it up, gives it a bit more power. The input on hot, the dual. A little bit more weight, I guess. I like single on this one. Glue that together a bit more. Then you have your presence and your high shape and your low shape. And this lets you dial in some more presence of that top end that is, again, naturally lost when it comes to tape. Tape sort of rolls off that harshness at the top end, which again goes to why people like the sound of tape. But you can dial some of that back in here if you want. And you can also control the saturation of the top end and low end. That's bypassed. Warms it up a bit. Pull that presence back in or down. It's kind of rolled off, right? Now the high shape and the low shape. We'll take it up. So for this piano, something that's cool is to pull that wear up, pull our mix down a bit, and get some of that natural tape flanging sound. Pull that presence down a bit. Drive it a bit more. Or completely destroy the sound here. So you can add to your sounds, you can make it sound a little more analog, or go completely lo-fi with your sound. So here is a bass. Now, tape is bypassed right now. All right, let's make this a little bit more edgy, make it stick out a bit more, compress it some. There we go. Pops through now. Got the input on hot. Could go to normal on that. I like it on hot. Gives it a bit more edginess, a bit more drive and saturation to that. Of our low shape up here, could take our low shape down. Really destroy that, right? More presence, or roll that off. Make it a bit smoother, right? So bypass right now. Just want to pop it on. There we go. That snare really cracks now. If you want to destroy things, make them lo-fi, you can do that as well. But in this case, I just want to enhance it with some of that tape feel here. There we go. Very good. And of course, you can use this on your individual tracks or use it on full mixes to impart some of that tape sound. Again, it works really well on vocals, all different kinds of vocals, you know. Use it for an effect, use it to enhance, use it to have your vocals pop through. A lot of different ways you can use a tape plugin.
The world across the ocean, you are.
In this case, I just want something, you know, just a bit of those tape vibes, man. Doesn't have to be overdone, you know.
The world across the ocean, you are. Lightning that lights the fire inside will never die. Never die. Never die.
Very cool.
The world across the ocean, you are. The world across the ocean, you are.
Yeah, we're just adding a bit to it
Lightning
here.
that lights the fire inside will never die.
All right, so this is Baby Audio Tape. Yes, another tape machine. But the good news is you can always try this out before you buy it. So, of course, there will be links in the description below. Head over there to Baby Audio and get your free trial of tape. Try it on a bunch of different sources. And if you want to pick it up, of course, we'll have links below. And you can pick it up over at Baby Audio or even Plugin Boutique. All right, so this is Baby Audio Tape.